and Megan too? Okay. Oh, okay, Maid and Nathan. Oh, by the way, Megan, I just did get handed a note from the server here that said, why did you start so soon? We're not ready for dinner. You've got 20 minutes to go. The speech is 40. Okay.
Okay, so before we start our speeches, Megan and I just wanted to say for Mr. and Mrs. Bryce Hawk, you're welcome. And yes, the whole thing with Bryce and his, I've never seen that before. That's for me. So, you're welcome again. Okay, so like you said, my name is Katie, but most of you know me as Kuda, or another name that I'm not going to say because it's really not appropriate. I first met Lynn when I was a freshman in college, but I really didn't get to know her until I was destined to be in the same elementary psychology class with her for speech pathology. Unfortunately, I wasn't destined to be in psychology or speech pathology as a major like Lynn is. But boy, did we have a great time struggling through classes and trying to figure out what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives. Lynn soon became my partner in crime, my other half, as we went to Bojangles and Fieldhouse and Brothers and taking way too many pictures to document the night. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she had Alyssa, her photographer, having a minimum amount of pictures to take for the night tonight.
I bet she could take more than 50.
I bet she could. I don't know how I lucked out to have such great neighbors as I did in college. I always thought that Bryce was a great match for Lynn. He had the perfect personality. And I hate to toot my own horn here, but I take pride in sharing with you that I was part of introducing this fabulous couple to each other. And actually, I brought up some pretty significant milestones in their life, whether it was awkward for them or not. In the beginning, after Meg and I introduced them, and they were hanging out for a while, I told them they should just date and get it over with. And as you can see, they listened. And then about a year and a half later, as we were eating breakfast at the local Iowa City Burger King, we were talking about their final year of college and what their living situations were going to be. And instead of beating around the bush, I decided to just throw it out there and say, why don't you guys just live together and get it over with? You guys spend every living, waking moment together anyway, which once again made things just a little bit awkward. Bryce next. So, when Bryce proposed to Lynn, I was a little shocked that A, I wasn't the one that suggested it, and B, that I didn't have any part in it. It was a complete shock to me. Nevertheless, I was excited that Lynn said yes, which has brought us all here today. I was so excited that Lynn asked me to be one of her maid of honors because I could only understand how difficult that situation was for her to make. I mean, look at them. They're all amazing. I'm honored to be standing here today sharing with you the love of Lynn and Bryce that I've known for as long as I can remember. And the thing is, I've known them apart as individuals, and I've known them together as a couple. And to share in the love that I know that Lynn and Bryce have, I know that they are going to be together forever. Lynn and Bryce. Words can only describe how happy I am for you to be at this point in your lives. I can't wait to share with you the many more glorious milestones that you will have together. Just remember, even though I'm no longer a Midwesterner. I will only be a phone call or a plane ride away. In honor of Lynn and Bryce on their wedding day, I would like to leave everyone with some advice from one of Lynn's favorite movies, Wedding Crashers. To remember for the hours that will follow at this beautiful reception. The first one is, do not sit in this corner and sulk. It will only draw attention to yourself. Draw attention to yourself and on your own terms. Blend in by standing out and be the life of the party. No chicken dancing, no exceptions. Always save room for cake. And try not to show off on the dance floor. And Mitch, this one's for you. You know it's going to happen tonight. And guys, this is also for you. Studies have shown that women have a more developed sense of smell. Breath mints. Small cost, but a very, very big yield. And finally, no excuses, play like a champion. Please raise your glasses in honor of the newly married Bryce and Lynn Hawk. May you two have a lifetime of happiness and laughter together. I love you both so much. Cheers.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our maid of honor. Let's give her a little encouragement.
The good news is I'm the last piece. The bad news is an hour long. I'd like to start by thanking Lynn and Bryce for having me be a part of their wedding. It's an honor to be standing here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan, or formerly Grogan. And I've been best friends with Lynn since 7th grade. I can't say that back then, when we were fighting over who was better, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, but I knew that one day I'd be standing up here. But I did know that back then, our friendship was something special. After that fateful day at the bus stop, Lynn and I soon became inseparable. Before we knew it, her parents had a second daughter, and my sister finally got the nice sister she always wanted. I don't know. Soon, we traded races for boys, Hawkeye basketball, and late night trips to Perkins. For those of you who live in high school, you're probably as shocked as I am that Luke Rector isn't sitting at the table. I do like him. Lynn, you're one of the biggest reasons I graduated Hawkeye, and I'll always be thankful. In college, I was very lucky to have some really cute neighbors. Apparently, Lynn thought so too. While I didn't know Bryce as well as I knew Lynn, I knew Bryce as a neighbor I could call to come kill a bug when Nick wasn't around. But better than that, I came to know Bryce as the neighbor that would take care of my best friend for the rest of her life. Being around Bryce and Lynn, you can't help but notice how happy they make each other. It seems through their many years of dating, they've survived it all. A 4-hour car ride to Illinois didn't slow down their relationship. Instead, Lynn went out and bought a radar detector so Bryce could get there faster. Last minute change in wedding plans didn't cause chaos, but instead turned into teamwork to make this beautiful reception possible. But I will admit, not everything's perfect. Bryce did turn Lynn into a White Sox fan. I don't think that's the worst thing that happened in 5 years. They're exhausted. Lynn and Bryce, I can't wait to watch you grow as a couple and as a family. If your relationship has taught me anything, it's that love can endure it all. However, you might feel overwhelmed as a new bride or groom. So I have my first graders come up with some rules for a good marriage. To everyone here, please take notes. These are great rules for any relationship. I think you'll appreciate what my 6-year-old had to say. Rule number 1, be quiet while someone else is talking. Thank you to everyone, you're doing a great job. Rule number 2, give nice kisses. Rule number 3, don't say hurry up. Apparently my student knows they're late to everything. Rule number 4, stay calm during a fire. Rule number 5, say, I want you, no one else but you. Rule number 6, hug each other before you go to work. Rule number 7, dance. Rule number 8, if you're allergic to something, eat something else. Rule number 9, have fun. And the most important rule my first graders would agree on is rule number 10, keep your hands and feet to yourself.
All right, and real quickly before we begin dinner, yeah, I think I'm going to bring those rules. At least take them home to my wife.